Hey guys, Tamika of Custom Wood Burning here with another live selling video. Today is a little bit of a different topic. I think we're on video 96 in a row. So anyway, we're gonna start getting creative because it's a lot of videos. I want to share. There's a share and tell day because I just got done with an event on Whatnot and I think it's share worthy. This was a live show event hosted by TinyTheArtist today that had been prepped for I want to say about 2 months. And I will tag TinyTheArtist in the description here, but huge fan of hers. She does original artwork. She also liquidates storage units and things, so she resells and she does hand art. Been on the platform for a couple of years at this point. She's a mandatory follow in my book. However, I want to put a spotlight on her event that she had today, and just because I think it's a great case in point to one of the just most unique things about live selling, which is community. TinyTheArtist decided that she would like to host a local event in Texas for artists to learn about Whatnot and help them onboard onto the platform, show them how live sales work and all that good stuff. But part of the presentation was to auction a whole bunch of art pieces. And it's actually a 2-part event because she's teaching auctions and live sales over here. But over here, she is collecting all the proceeds from those live auctions and donating them to the art center that she's operating out of for this event, which is Russell Farm Art Center. And so it's a 2-part. It's like a fundraiser and a education thing. Either case, she didn't know how it was going to be received, but she said, you know what, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm only one person, but I think low key, she probably maybe knew that community would show up for her. And when I say show up, there were over 140 art pieces that were mailed to her, donated to her for this cause. Over 140 free art pieces of just like, yeah, I support that. Love you. Love what you're doing. Here you go. Most of it original artwork too. This is wild. This is the first time I know of that this happened on Whatnot, which is equally why I think it's super cool. Either case, that event was today, and they ended up, because they had extra stuff in the buy now, utilize the buy now. You guys, auctions and buy now, 2 separate superpowers. Either case, over 200 items were sold in this show in just a couple of hours, and they raised all kinds of money for this local. It's Russell Farm Art Center is the place that they were doing it. And I just thought this was beautiful because as far as I'm aware, this could never happen on competitive platforms. This is unique to the community aspect of Whatnot and live sales because you really get to know people. There's a lot of folks on in live sales that are like closer friends than they are, with our internet friends in live sales than we are with people in real life, right? And so it's worth pointing out, especially for those, if there's anyone listening that hasn't, pushed the button to go live yet, just know that there's like a whole community of people that are like waiting to support. I think it's real scary going into live sales because you feel like you're by yourself and you're like so vulnerable and so exposed and all this kind of stuff. But one of the first things you realize is that there's just like a bunch of regular people just like you who are by and large extremely kind and there to help and support anybody just out of the kindness of their heart, like without asking for anything in return. And you only really know that once you go and do it. But it's one of the reasons also why people, it's like once you go live sales, like you never go back because it's like you just like it here and you don't know what it is, but you're like friends and you grow this like extended family and all this kind of stuff. There were all kinds of tips coming in for this cause, all kinds of people rating into the show, helping moderate just because they could, you know, welcoming folks in, tagging folks into this event and all this kind of stuff. So there was like, so nobody's doing anything by themselves. That's the point. Like everybody kind of like rallies around these different causes. And while this is the first one that I know of that's like a curated art show, there are countless other events, fundraisers, shoot, birthdays, like any like events, like celebrations of any kind that are presented and supported in this live sales environment. And it's just a beautiful thing. And so I feel like this is share worthy because it's scary going in, but once you get in, you realize like it's really not that bad. And also that just the freaking possibilities are endless, because every time someone does something for the first time, it lights a spark that like shows everyone else what is possible. And live sales and whatnot is still at the ground floor, especially for arts and handmade. And so this video is like kind of a case in point and a little bit of encouragement to just go in there and just see what happens. Like you never know until you try. And it's just like so many, I want to say there were probably there were probably over 100 people in that show at some point. It's amazing. There's like certain moments in live sales that really like you take them home with you. They're very personal to the seller and sometimes even just to the people watching. Especially there was like impact for lots of the artists. That kind of stuff kind of radiates and it's kind of contagious. There's like excitement that grows around stuff like that. And so yeah, so that's what this video is about. We're approaching 100, so we're going to start getting creative, you guys, on what we're sharing here. But I'm going to share some about live selling still every day. And I hope this is encouraging to anyone, but also, yeah, Tiny the Artist is mandatory follow. She will be tagged in the description. She has Introverts Unite shows regularly. That is her anchor show. Highly recommend if you are less people-y, and so maybe you feel like live sales isn't for you because you're introverted, because I can tell you from personal experience that's not true. That's a myth, right? That's something we tell ourselves, but there are plenty of introverts on that platform, and there's a place to find like-minded individuals like that, right? To have that kind of support. Sometimes it takes seeing someone else or hearing someone else's kind of like account to realize that you belong there too, type of thing. And so so you guys, there's just things. And so any questions or hesitations or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. I'm live every week. Tiny the Artist is live just about every day. There's plenty of people just waiting to connect. And so don't be scared. Get on in there and see what happens. That's kind of the message for today. So I feel like there's more, but I'll keep this short. So for now, I would like to thank you for watching. And I want to wish you a happy live selling, and I hope to see you tomorrow and all the days after, because we're going to keep going. So take care in the meantime. Bye-bye.